Hi, Chris.
Hello, how are you, Ryan?
Very good. So, Chris is going to have a chat with us today. You're a former alumni of ARID.
Aaron Ford here. Yep.
Cool. So, how long ago did you do ARID?
I think I checked in probably, I think first week of August, about 4 years ago.
Oh, so pre-COVID. So we're looking
Yeah,
2019,
I'm
2018.
approaching my fifth year of sobriety.
Sweet. So for anyone that doesn't know what ARID House is, there's three recovery homes. They have a men's in Fort Erie, a men's in Thorold, and then we're here at the women's house in Welland. And you can spend 3 to 6 to sometimes even 9 months. They push it there. You pay a little bit of rent. Everything else is covered, and then you're living with a bunch of people, a bunch of other men
All
in recovery.
like-minded individuals trying to do
Totally.
the same thing.
Doing some 12 step, doing some discussion, doing some soul searching. So, um, before we talk about the walkathon, and that's what we're here and we're trying to promote, what we're really promoting is the existence of these ARID House homes and what they do. Let's start from the beginning. So, you're in your late 30s?
You're too kind.
Okay.
I'm 40.
For your okay, so
Yep.
you're 40. Um, was 5 years ago your first stop at the
No,
Creek of Can?
actually, I was a repeat offender. Probably took me a dozen, maybe 18
Wow.
times to get it.
Wow.
I once approached the 11-month mark,
Yep.
and
Never the 1 year medallion. Never got the one.
no,
Okay.
never got to the 1 year. Just approaching the one
Oh
year,
yeah.
made some stupid choices,
Yep.
and it wasn't long before I was right back
If I
at
get
it.
my 1 year, I'm a lifer. So
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That ego thing had me fooled.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can do 11 months, I could do 11 months again.
Yep, yeah. I
Yeah.
can quit anytime I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good cleanse.
I'm such a good liar.
Yeah. Especially to yourself.
Yep, I'll fool everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're in your 20s, your first kick at the can?
Yeah, it was actually I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old my first time.
Using, drinking, everything else?
Everything,
Yeah.
everything,
Wow.
everything you can get your hands on.
Jails, institutions?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've probably been about 5 times.
Uh-huh.
Never will I see the inside of a jail cell again.
Amazing.
Um, Probably in between 12, 16 times in detox.
Yep.
Probably about 4 or 5 different treatment centers.
So what's detox?
Detox. I'm old school. I did the one that used to be on Adams Street. It was no longer with
In
us
St. Kitts.
in St. Catharines.
Hotel Du?
It was. Hotel Du's no
Yeah.
longer there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it was probably the scariest thing I've ever done, and I've taken a lot of risks. Your first walk to the door, but when you get through it, the feeling that comes over you of like being safe and like I don't know if it's a good thing to admit, but I kind of felt at home.
Mm.
And I was like, this is a safe place. These are my people.
Mhm.
And
Where at the jail, those weren't your people.
no,
No.
no, like you're constantly looking over your shoulder.
I've heard people say that. I've heard people say like, these are my people. That's why I keep going back. But they're
yeah,
not your
those
people.
are people that have
Yeah.
been institutionalized, and you should not be saying those are your people.
Mhm.
But at the detox, I was definitely in a comfort zone where everybody was there to do the same thing, and you were a stone throw away from somebody trying to help.
Mm.
Or if you had some concerns, or you had to get stuff off your chest, because let's face it, our addiction is us hiding from something or filling a hole. And the knowledge you leave there, it's like they planted a seed. You're never the same
Mm.
when you leave. No matter how many times you go back,
Yeah.
knowing that a place like that exists.
How many times have I heard like meetings ruined my drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
They've never banned anybody because you relapsed.
Right. Like you're there for the 18th time. They're like, welcome
Yeah.
back.
You know, honestly though, when they showed me your card, they have a card they keep records of.
There's a history there.
Yeah. Kind of like if you were to do a speech.
Yep.
And you'd have those cue cards and you write your speech on. Well, they have those for each time you came in. And the last time, one of the guys that works there is a friend, and he goes, I got to show you something. And I didn't know they existed. And he showed me mine. And I was on the last line. I would have had,
You used
if
up
I
the card.
relapsed again, or if I had to make another appearance at the detox, I needed a new card.
Was that your last time there?
Last
Looking
time,
at that
yeah,
card?
last time. It was an eye opener, but that time there was probably the worst I had ever been.
Because?
Well, to me, again, this is all the way I see it. To me, it's like when you put the drug down or the booze down, and you put some clean time in there, doesn't mean your addiction goes away. To me, it's like a beast laying inside you. It's dormant for a moment, doing push-ups while you're getting healthy. And if you open the door to him again, he comes back even stronger. Or for me, I try and pick up where I left off. Well, you don't have that tolerance anymore. So it gets worse. You get deeper. And nobody ever comes back from a relapse and say it's better this time. It just doesn't happen.
Never.
But when I saw my card, I was like, I think that was a big eye opener to, okay, everything that I've been doing, because I was doing it my way,
All right.
was not working.
That was 15 years on that card too.
Yeah. And I could not pass the 1 year mark. So obviously, left to my own devices, I was not succeeding.
Yeah.
But the seed had been planted.
Yeah.
There is a better way to live. And for the people at the Arid House and the people at the Detox, and they showed me that I can do it, you can do it.
So you're detox for a week?
I think I was just under a week. My last trip there, because remember I had a kick at it before, multiple times, and I made some good connections along the way. And I don't know what possessed me to reach out to someone I hold dear. I called a friend Mike, and
Arid Mike.
Arid
Yep,
Mike.
yep.
The guy forever will be a legend.
He's my homie.
Yep. He says to me, I called him, and I don't even know why, but I was like on the verge of suicide. I was thinking in my mind, how can I make it look accidental so that I'm not labeled as a coward or a pussy, and my life insurance would still get paid out. And I told him this. I'm like, dude, I don't want to live. Like, he told me, don't do any thinking. Do not make a decision until you see me. He was there for breakfast the next morning, my first
at
day
Detox.
at Detox, and said, "Get your shit together. You're coming with me."
Go. We got a bed.
I didn't know. He dropped it on me because, a little backstory, my first actual run where I got the 11 months, which was my biggest up until today, was at the Arid House in Thorold. And Mike was one of my roommates there. And we clicked.
So that's 11 years ago.
Yes.
Right. Was Ken there yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Ken I met through Newport.
Nice.
So you see, everybody.
I did Newport too.
Did you?
It was 28 days when I did it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Okay, so back in the day.
Yeah. So I don't know what possessed me, because periodically through my journey of getting more education on the substances and the drink, I just reached out to him and he said, "Don't do anything. I'll be until you see me." And he showed up, and that's when he broke it to me. He goes, "So while you were doing more research for the rest of us, I went and got my diploma and education in addiction counseling, and I now run the Arid House in Fort Erie.
Love it.
You're coming with me."
Love it.
There was no way I was backing out of that. That was exactly what I needed to hear. You've been sober this whole time? Okay, how? And forgive my French, but I think I said to him, when he asked if I was serious this time, I said, "Mike, if you tell me to eat the ass off a skunk and I will stay sober, line them up. I'll eat 2 right now." And the rest is history. He actually came down, picked me up.
You've surrendered.
I gave up. I was willing to do whatever it had and whatever he asked. And he did ask quite a bit. And I think it was just to see if I was serious. But I went along with it. And we had a lot of fun along the way.
How many months?
How many months was I
Arid.
there? I think 6.
Yep.
I think 6 months. And it wasn't because I wanted to leave. I think his speech to me was, "You've now obtained as much as you're going to get here.
Cool.
You need to open those wings, and you need
Go
to
hit up
fly."
Ash House and do the next step.
Did the Ash House for probably a month or 2. Again, whatever he said to do. I didn't want to do the Ash. I thought I was, but
Yeah, let me go work. Let me go get a place. I got this.
funny story. When I told him I got to get back to work,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Are you sure? Like, you even still have a job?" And so I was like, "Okay, you struck a nerve there. I'm going to call the guy. I need to make an amends because me and this guy started a contract and I disappeared." So my first step was make amends to him, then ask for my job back. And Mike talked me out of it. He goes, no, if you think you're ready for work, you're going to do the job I give you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be contract work. I said, okay, you're the boss. Whatever you're doing is obviously working, so I'll try your way.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna let you
No,
manipulate your sobriety.
100%.
Right. Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And boy, did he get me.
Yeah.
Once I had agreed and signed up and did the contract that he wanted me to do, it was washing dishes at the Fort Erie racetrack.
Love it.
And it was the lowest paying job I've had in my entire life.
Perfect.
And it was so humbling, though.
Perfect.
It was like, I couldn't believe it. The first day, I'm like, I can't believe I'm washing dishes. This isn't me.
Now,
That
how
was-
long before you were saying, I'm going to be the best dishwasher this place has ever seen?
First shift.
Yeah.
First shift. First shift. I'm like, oh my God. And I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. They were just like, okay, calm down, slow down, stop. I was still cooking with that. I'm like, but it's dirty. And I ran out of things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a great experience. And I think back now, and I think actually within the first week, I thought, what a jerk I am to look down on this. I could have missed out on all this fun and all those free meals I like to eat. There's a fat kid deep down inside me.
Yep.
But yeah, it really got me.
Good, honest work.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was. It was. It wasn't really about the money.
Nope.
I know Mike had his plans for me
Yep.
that, you're going to step into it. You're going to get out of yourself, get rid of that ego. It's not all about money.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I was there. I think I did that for the last 6 months
Cool.
before I left and went back to work. And that actually set the precedence for how I hire my guys. I've actually started my own company, and I've got 12 fellas working for me.
Doing?
I'm a contractor. You name it, we do it. I started out with building houses. Now it's pretty much upkeep. I'm in charge of 217 different properties from Fort Erie to Winona Crossings.
Property management, but your handyman included.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm the one-stop shop. Everybody that works for me is certified in their own thing. I met them through the program.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like if you've got 2 months of sobriety and you're active in the rooms, or
Your boys are
all recovering.
All of them.
All of them. I have 2 guys that's never had a substance abuse issue. They're kind of my lead hands, but they're also like 55,
Perfect.
56 years old.
Some balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other ones, all of us. It's like a meeting every day.
So when some of them inevitably relapse, what's the plan?
When they relapse, they go to detox, and one of my guys will call me.
Do they get to come to work?
Of course. Once they've done their stunt at relapse, at detox. If you don't commit and stay your full week, then no. I'm sorry.
And this is just the deal from the beginning.
Right from the deal.
Like, hey guys, I got a great job for you. I got you. Like,
Yep.
who cares about your resume?
Yep.
We're going
I'd
to do
rather
meetings
you
at work.
have no experience. I'll teach you along
If
the
shit
way.
hits the fan, here's the deal.
Yep.
Cool.
There's no fine line. There's no fine print. It's all laid out on the table. I'll give you a shot. I'm a big believer in second chances.
Mhm.
So if
Oh,
you
18 chances.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, 18 chances
Yeah.
and then some.
Yeah.
But some people, you can't want it more than they want it,
Mhm.
and that's when I've got to cut ties.
Mhm.
I still keep tabs
Mhm.
because I want everybody to succeed.
Go to some funerals.
I now get it. It took me a minute, but when they told me if you're serious this time, get a suit. And yeah, backstory, back in my first week at Arid, buried my half brother. He decided to try heroin for his first time.
Amazing.
Killed him.
It was fentanyl.
Pretty much. Yep. Pretty much. And I think that was also a big eye opener because his mother, what I would have thought would have been absolutely devastated.
Same dad, different mom.
Actually, no, just extremely close to the family. There
Cool.
was no marriage, but he's
Yep.
always been there.
I got those. Yep.
And I thought his mom would be devastated. And at the funeral, she wasn't.
Relief.
She was at peace. She absolutely was. She said to me, she goes, at least now I know where to find him. And that there, if I wasn't already convinced at that moment, that sealed the deal for me because I would never put that on my mom. My mom's the most important person in my life. And to think, now I know a lot more. I know the grieving. Every day I'm out there actively, they're having to grieve the loss of me while I'm still alive. That's a pain I'll never put on her again. And to see how it triples through, it's like a rock in a pond. It's not just your mom, it's everybody, your relatives, your siblings, every relationship where it's a genuine relationship where you know the difference between a friendship and they're around because of what you can give them or what you can do for them, which there was quite a few of them. And not one of them came to visit in detox. But that sealed the deal for me, and I was like all in.
You were where in your recovery when your half brother passed
My
away?
first week at Arid House. Yeah, yeah, and you know they say
So
certain
how
things
much were you like, oh, I'm gonna go use to not think about this?
didn't even cross my mind.
Cool. You were
Didn't
there.
even.
You
I'd already
you were all in.
all in, all in. But if there was ever a
6 months
reservation,
ago though. Oh, exactly.
if there
That's
was ever a
reservation opportunity.
reservation,
Yeah.
it was wiped clean.
Hmm.
It was wiped clean
Cool.
after that funeral, and I'll tell you,
I love the conversations about reservations.
Yeah.
There should be nothing. There should be nothing on there.
no,
Your kid dying, a parent dying,
Yeah.
a wife dying, like, because even if it's the most extreme thing, that reservation grows into, well, also this,
you're absolutely right.
also that.
Because you're feeding it now energy.
Yeah, it exists. A timeline now exists where I could use again.
Yeah.
Where I could go, like, yeah.
Yep.
And
And that will poke its ugly little head.
shoelace will break and
Yep.
you will be out there.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
all it takes. Spilt milk, and that, like, I know for me firsthand. I went to work today. I deserve a pat on the back, and that would start Friday, and maybe Wednesday. You'd be lucky if I work Thursday, just in time to get a paycheck. No reservations whatsoever.
Well, how about, why does the pat on the back have to be drink or using? Why does it, like,
I was sick.
it was just the only pat, that was your favorite pat, that was the only pat
Yeah.
on the back?
Yeah.
So many pats on the back now. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That feel good.
Yeah, that actually have a meaning, and you are authentic.
Mhm.
But I still
You
don't.
don't come down from it. You don't see the sunrise.
But it still makes me squirm. Like, I'm not used to it. It's something you just won't. It's just, I don't know. I'm just wired differently.
What are you not used to?
The
Feeling?
compliments or the pat on the back and stuff, and it's like me again. These are all just my perspectives.
Like, you don't trust the person giving you the compliment,
No.
or you don't want to take it?
I don't need you to pat me on the back for doing the right thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't need you to commend me for something I should have done 10 years ago.
But what if nobody was patting you on the back? What happens in your brain?
That's okay. I'm my own best friend.
Such a liar. If you went 6 months and nobody was telling you good job, you'd start questioning yourself.
Okay, maybe let me reiterate. Family is something, but like,
Yeah.
you just met me for like a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and every day you've got something nice to say. You
Mhm.
don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the guys,
Mhm.
extremely grateful for the opportunity. I'm like,
Mhm.
you said that already.
Yeah, but
Now you're making it weird.
you're their Mikey though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. Touche, my friend.
Yeah.
Touche.
Super cool to hear an alternative route, because there's often like one direction, like go to detox, hit up some sort of recovery, whether you go to 2 years away up in North Bay, or 30 days in Newport, or 9 months at Arid. Go to halfway house, and then get a home group. That's always seems to be the next line.
Yeah.
Um,
And make sure to get a sponsor.
right, but you kind of you've done that, but you've created this alternative world too, which is cool too, because there's like an AA meeting is one way to recover.
Yeah.
An NA meeting is one way to recover. Like how common people have done this, and they say, I still want to give back. I want to give back, and I want to be this social. And they say, I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to go be a social worker.
Uh-huh.
That's 75% of the men at Arid House. So
Yep.
that's on their mind.
Yep.
And you did that, but in your own way.
Yeah.
Very creatively. And yeah, you're creating the ripples now.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my sponsor.
Excuse me for the compliment. I know you don't love them.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well played, Ryan. Well played. Nice try.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
But you're right. My sponsor said the same thing. Said that when you leave here, it's now your job to be the light so that people can see. And I didn't really understand it until I started talking with these newcomers or friends. Like, for example, I have a brother-in-law who just called me on my first year and said, I have made a complete mess of my life. What is it that you're doing, and how do I go about doing it? And we're talking about a dude that wanted to beat the shit out of me just a year ago.
Mhm.
Like, we couldn't be in the same room, and we just did not see eye to eye. He's now one of my best
You
friends.
each think that you each other owe each other money. Yeah,
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's now one of my best employees and one of my best friends.
Mhm.
But like my sponsor said, it's now your duty to be the light. So don't go pushing it like it's all about attraction, not promotion. But when they reach for you, you've got to be there. And then again, made my conviction to staying sober and clean all that much stronger because I was like, I have so much love for this man and like Mike and Larry that
Larry's your sponsor?
yeah.
AA or NA? Oh, never mind.
AA.
Okay.
I can't let these people down. You know, like they put a lot into me. I can't let them down. If that's what he says I need to do, then that's what I need to do.
Mhm.
I didn't know that like overnight you're gonna be answering calls at 2 a.m. and running out. But I like it though. I don't want it to think like it's an ego thing, but there is a pride that comes with 5 years ago, nobody would even answer your call to being the guy that you're the first person when something goes wrong or they need an ear, you're the first person they call.
And it's not for money.
No, no,
Beauty.
no. For
Sometimes.
jobs,
Yeah.
sometimes they got any work, but
But you need that just as much as they do.
I do. It gives me purpose.
Yeah.
Like my business can fail tomorrow, but I'll always be first in line to help anybody.
But I mean, even just like you need workers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Don't make it sound like I'm extorting these guys.
No, totally. No, it's both. It's both ways.
But yes, having everybody that comes from addictions, they've gotten some help, they've got some sobriety. It keeps an AA meeting going 24 hours a day for me.
Mhm.
I'm not able to be at a meeting every single day.
I've been on hockey teams like that. Like just before puck drops, we go to the bench and we say the Serenity Prayer.
Oh yeah,
Same kind of thing, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Super interesting. So, success story. Happy fairy tale ending.
You know when they say I would never give up my worst day of sobriety for my best day using? I thought that was like the biggest load of crap. Boy,
crazy.
and didn't see that coming.
But it just takes a moment on that shitty day.
Yeah.
And you go, this ain't that bad.
Nope.
This ain't bad.
Exactly. And not every day is a good day or a great day, but every day has something good in it. But you got to turn it around. What are you looking for? Because if you're looking for something to be wrong, you're going to find it. But if you're looking for something to be inspiring or be positive, you will find it. And I find that in every day. And again, that's because my sponsor and Mike, like, I don't know what they really did. I wish I could put it in a bottle and give it out. But get a sponsor. And if you have a resource like Mike, the Arid House, take that opportunity.
So May 27th, there is a fundraiser for Arid and Wish. It's a walkathon. This year, May 27th, you can do it online and in person. And they're going to be trying to raise some money for Arid. Why should someone donate money to Arid? What's so important about it?
Well, because the city needs places like Arid House.
Right.
We need more of them, to be honest. And to be frank, if you guys are going through with your like blinders on, you're ignorant to the fact that it's become a pandemic. You can't go a city block without seeing somebody that's battling with substance abuse issues, and COVID did not help. You got to remember, everything closed except for the liquor stores. But then if you didn't get your COVID shot, you couldn't go to treatment. So you kind of got a monster out there. And with places like a safe place, Arid, it's addictions or alcoholics recovering in dignity. There's something so satisfying of knowing that there's places like that, let alone going through a place like that where you're going to build a camaraderie. Like some of my closest friends today are the people I met there. My sponsor, 70 years old, you think we had nothing in common, is my best friend. We need more.
Mine too.
Yeah, right.
Same thing.
We
same
need
story.
more of these houses. And again, they don't operate on their own. Like the government doesn't pay for everything like the government leads us to believe. So I would definitely encourage people, if they can, get out, take part, or just whatever you can, help out.
Just before we pressed record, Chris turns to me, he's like, "You're gonna learn I'm not a very good speaker. Some bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Listen, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, my friend.
You're awesome. It's very nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Keep in touch.
It will do. Thanks, Ryan.